In our previous video, we explored Wind Cave National Park, experiencing some unique cave formations, a fun hike, and wonderful wildlife encounters. Now we travel 1,000 miles southwest to set up camp for our next national park visit.
One of the world's largest and most colorful concentrations of petrified wood.
Welcome to Petrified Forest National Park. We had a very good explanation this morning with the park ranger. This is the map of the park, and we're up here at the visitor center, and we're going to slowly make our way down, hitting all these sites, and then we'll exit out on the bottom and go back to Holbrook. I think today we're going to kind of focus on this Blue Mesa area. Sounds like there's some really cool things there.
So the Painted Desert is 120 miles long and 60 miles wide. Includes all of the Petrified Forest National Park.
We have pulled off at Kachina Point right here, and we're going to walk out and take a look at it. We're going to walk up and take a look at what used to be a village. It was inhabited between 1250 and 1380 AD. At its peak, it had over 100 rooms with a possible population of 200 people. We are in the Blue Mesa area, and my understanding is there's a 1 mile paved trail, and I think we're going to start off with that one. This is the Blue Mesa Trail. Takes you down into the heart of the Petrified Forest Badlands. It's a 1 mile loop, 120 feet elevation change, and I am looking forward to checking it out. Okay, we just finished the Blue Mesa Trail. Now we're going to hike the Billings Gap Overlook. It's 3 miles, and we're struggling a little bit to find the trailhead. We see some footprints, so it's looking promising. Well, we're pretty confident we're right on the right route. We're just walking around this mesa on the rim, doing a big loop. Beautiful. I haven't seen anybody else on the trail yet. My guess is we won't see anybody. I'm just hoping we don't see any snakes. I believe this is our reward. This is the overlook. These neat looking rock formations. I'll call them hoodoos. Very, very neat. Wow. What do you got there?
Piece of petrified wood. Thing is so heavy.
We haven't seen a lot of it on this hike. Seen some, but not much. Just really cool rock formations on this one.
Yeah.
It's probably the biggest group of petrified wood we've seen on this hike. Amazing. Wow. We are just making our own trail. No footprints to follow through this area. So unique, those dark rocks over there down on the ground. And then Leslie thinks that looks like the head of an alligator right there. Center screen, I think. I've got it in the right spot. Well, we're back to the trailhead. If you like that hike, we'll show you for sure how not to miss it, because it is easy to miss. We are walking back out into the parking area right here. Leslie, why don't you stand there? Stand there at the trailhead, yeah. And I'm gonna walk up to this sign. And I'll show you this sign. Supposedly this is the 4th pull out on the loop that we're on. I think it was called Blue Mesa. And this is what the sign reads. It says people and change. And then right there is where you enter. And we took that mesa right there all the way to the very back on the left hand side in a clockwise manner, and then we kind of came back over on this side. A lot of fun.
Yeah, and at the visitor center, if this is what you want to do, they have a detailed map with landmarks. It's
Yep.
pretty good.
All right, we're gonna call it a day. You ready to head back to the RV?
I am.
All right. It's day 2 in the park, and today we're coming in the south entrance, and they do lock the gates at this national park, which is not common for national parks, but this one they do. And this gate does not open until 8 a.m. The north entrance opens at 7 a.m. So we're going to set here. It's 7:58, so we've got a couple minutes. Today we're going to hang out at the Rainbow Visitor Center area. There's, I think, 3 different things you can do down this way as far as hikes go. And there's some really nice concentrations of petrified wood. We're saving the best one for tomorrow. But we're going to go in the visitor center and see what it looks like. So this is the Giant Logs Trail. Looks like it's got, what, 11 different stopping points with some information. You get a trail guide, and the hike itself looks like it's about a half mile. And I think this is going to be the best petrified wood we've seen up to this point. This Rainbow Forest area was the original park headquarters from 1906 to 1962.
So when a tree dies and it's carried into the river, falls into the river, a lot of mud and volcanic ash and sedimentation builds up on it and protects it from decay. And so it fossilizes and absorbs a lot of different minerals, and that's what gives it all the different colors. So the petrified forest is not made up of trees, but it's made up of stone. This giant log is named Old Faithful, and it measures 35 feet long and weighs approximately 44 tons. In the 1920s, the park superintendent's wife said this log was to Petrified Forest what Old Faithful Geyser is to Yellowstone National Park.
Well, we hope you enjoyed the Giant Logs Trail. We're going to go back inside the visitor center and talk to a park ranger and kind of figure out what our next hike's going to be. All right, we're getting ready to hike the Long Logs and Agate House trails. The Long Logs Trail is about, I don't know, about a mile loop, give or take. And then if you go all the way back, so we're starting here, you go all the way back to the Agate House. I think that's just around 2 miles round trip. So that's what we're going to do. I think this Agate House is actually built out of petrified wood, so that ought to be pretty cool to see. Just to give you an idea of where this trailhead is, that is the visitor center we just came from. So we walked across the bridge, road walked, and over here to the trailhead. And now we're getting ready to go this way. We have made it to the Long Logs Loop, and there is a lot of petrified wood through here. We'll try to get you some good shots of it. Now, this is called the Long Logs, and here is a long log. We've pretty much wrapped up the Long Logs Loop Trail, and if you look way out there, that is the Agate House, and that's where we're going to head next. Originally built with agatized wood blocks and mortar, Agate House likely housed a single family sometime between 1050 and 1300 during the late Pueblo II and Pueblo III periods. The scarcity of artifacts suggests a relatively brief occupation. Due to its relatively large size, Agate House may have served as a central gathering place. Indeed, Agate House was part of a much larger community. When first recorded by archaeologists in the 1930s, the petrified wood construction of Agate House was thought to be unique. Since then, hundreds of similar petrified wood structure sites have been found in the park, indicating a history of humanity as colorful and diverse as the building blocks of Agate House. Yeah, this is it for day 2. We're going to head back to the RV, relax the rest of the day, and then we've got a couple adventures planned for tomorrow. And we're looking forward to sharing those with you. So
See you tomorrow.
Yep, we'll check in with you tomorrow. Good morning, everyone. This is day 3 in the park, and it's another beautiful day. We've really had some nice weather. Now, we did get some rain last night, so we may have a little bit of muddy trails today, but that just goes with the territory. Today, we're going to hike what's called the historic Blue Forest Trail. So this is the trailhead here between these 2 rocks. Kind of where it starts, and this is called the TP section. So it's at mile marker 14, and there's a pull off here. You just park there and start your hike. You can see the TPs over there. It's they say a 3-mile out and back hike. The Blue Forest Trail was constructed between 1934 and 1937 by the Civilian Conservation Corps. This trail connects the lower and upper Blue Mesa roads. The Blue Forest Trail winds through colorful blue and white Badland hills. It gives the hiker a bit of history, a lot of scenery, and an intimate look at the petrified wood being exposed by erosion. It has some switchbacks, some slippery gravel, and some narrow, steep sections, so they say it's for the adventurous hiker, and that's what we are. This looks like the right way. Boy, the rain really caused this to be muddy. It's really sticking to the bottom of our shoes. Yuck. getting into some petrified wood through here. And you like my cement boots? Good grief, my feet feel like they weigh 20 pounds. That's awful. Ugh. This hike has been incredible. The beauty is just amazing. The colors and just the landscape, just so much fun. I gotta say, I think this is going to be our favorite adventure here at the park. And back there where Leslie climbed up to the top of that peak, up those switchbacks, that's not the way to stay on the trail. We thought maybe it was, but it's not. All right, let's keep going. I don't know how well you can see it, but that little, I'll call it a bowl down there, that's the Blue Mesa Loop Trail, the paved trail, the 1 mile hike that we did a couple days ago. And there are switchbacks that you can take to get down there. We're not going to do that since we've already hiked that trail. But this is the official end of our journey today. Wow, what an adventure. What'd you think?
Favorite trail. It's amazing, beautiful.
Yeah, favorite trail here for sure.
Oh yeah.
And we picked this up at the visitor center. It's a little pamphlet on the historic Blue Forest Trail, and it gives some real good detailed information. The trail's not extremely well marked, but yeah, you can figure it out.
Yeah.
But it gives a diagram and then
Pictures
of certain points where you want to make sure you're heading in the right direction. So glad we hiked this. Lots of fun.
Yes, definitely do it.
Decided to pull off the road through the park and check out what's called Agate Bridge. Again, we hope we're pronouncing it right. It's a 110 foot petrified log suspended across the gully, and yeah, we're going to go check it out. Jasper Forest contains one of the largest accumulations of petrified wood in the world. Originally called the First Forest, this site was the first petrified wood site available to railroad travelers in the early 1900s. Jasper Forest. Look at all that wood down there. Maybe I should say it's rock instead of wood. Pretty incredible. No place like this in America. All right, the Crystal Forest Trail. Let's see, it's 0.8 of a mile, 122 feet of elevation gain, 94 feet of elevation loss. And we're looking forward to seeing some great petrified wood on this one. Well, we're finishing up the Crystal Forest Trail, and we thought we'd just dive off in a little quiet area where the wind's not blowing as bad and wrap up our stay at the park. I'll let you go ahead and start.
This is a park you have to come to. It is all different kinds of landscapes. The Petrified Wood is so many beautiful colors. The Painted Desert is beautiful colors as well. It's just very beautiful and inspiring, and one you got to come to.
Yeah, you can see a lot from just the road, but you can also get well off the road and take some of these trails back into some pretty desolate Badland areas. And that hike we did this morning, I think it was called the Blue Forest hike, was by far my favorite. I just loved being in those Badlands, walking through that area where it felt so untouched. In fact, we were the only ones on that trail today, and it's a weekend, so it was just really neat to experience that. So we're going to go ahead and wrap this one up. Like always, we appreciate your interest in our journey, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Take care, everybody.
Bye-bye.